You're listening to Autonomy Radio. Breaking news. In Washington, D.C., hundreds of politicians, including our president and vice president, have been arrested for treason due to the revelations that the vast majority of the world's politicians are working with criminal gangs to enslave its citizens. New reports are in that all the mainstream media outlets have gone dark. Many news workers whose job it was to hide the crimes of these politicians are now on the run. Now that the American people are no longer gaslit by their captors, they are now learning the truth. The people can now see what many of us, certainly all of us here at Autonomy Radio, have been exposing for years now. And that is that the governments of the world, the central banks, and all the major corporations have been run by organized criminal gangs. We're now going onto the scene in Washington, D.C. with Autonomy's own reporter, Bobby.
That's right, John. It's quite a show. The jail cells at the maximum security prison are overflowing with politicians from both sides of the aisles, as well as many bankers and corporate oligarchs. People are dancing in the streets. The reaction is surprisingly positive despite the dark revelations. We've been led to believe that without government there will be chaos, violence, and destruction. But the folks I've interviewed today are all looking forward to life without government. Here are some of the reactions I got from people earlier today after I asked, how do you feel about the collapse of the government? And do you have any concerns that this might lead to a complete destruction of society?
I feel good. When this news got to my engineering company, I started getting messages from my superiors saying, now that the government has left, we're going to be putting out previously suppressed technologies. One of these technologies is going to bring free, environmentally clean energy to the entire world. And to the second part of your question, I say no. I have no concern. I have faith in people that they will follow their conscience and treat each other with right action. As these new technologies trickle out, every person on this planet will have their basic needs met. We will have no people resorting to violence out of desperation. 3 months from now, people will not believe their eyes when they see what's coming.
I absolutely do not believe this will lead to a complete destruction of society. I strongly affirm that we will rise up and unite with one another in order to strive for the better and maintain a ethical and moral society. And I feel very good about the collapse of the government because with it, it was draining our life and energy, our vital energy, which is now going to be utilized to make the world a better place.
No, I think it's great news.